everyone. Just a minute and we'll be up and running. Well, if I can get my laptop to work, we'll be good to go. I love computers. They're fantastic. Well, while we're waiting, if anyone does decide to pop on, I cannot see you. But I will let you know that we're using 2 stamp sets. This one is Confetti Celebration. And I really do apologize if this is upside down because I can't get on my laptop right now to look at it. And this is another one called Endless Birthday Wishes. We'll be using the cake. And we'll be using the Time to Party on the first card. The second card is going to be interesting. The first card I've already made one, and we're going to make another version of it. The second one, I'm going to see how badly I can mess up on live TV. We're going to use this stamp that says yay, and this stamp that says happy birthday, and we're going to make another birthday card. And I still can't get on my Facebook. Wow, this is awesome, guys. I may have to call it quits and try again. Yes, Facebook not responding. There's a surprise. Okay, still while we're waiting. This is the first card that I'll be making, but I'll be changing up the colors. All of my products that I'm using are from Stampin' Up. I love Stampin' Up. They have great cardstocks, great inks. They all match. They have a lot of what we call framelits, in case you're not a crafter, to punch everything out. I mean, you can't go wrong with Stampin' Up. They're awesome products. They're definitely what keeps me being a crafter, that's for sure. I mean, I've bought stuff at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, a few other places online, and some of their stuff is pretty neat, but Stampin' Up is awesome because everything matches. It's great. Okay, are we teasing, or is Facebook actually going to work now? Oh, it might be working. we could just scroll. And it never fails, right? Decide to do something live, the computer is going crazy. Well, I see that my screen is upside down. So I guess that means that I need to show you everything right side up, huh? Wow. Okay. Well, hey, I have one good friend. Hi, Jessica. Tell me, on your screen, I know it's upside down, I can see that, but on your screen, does it look clear to you? Because my screen is going crazy over here. And I also know from experience from a previous video that I'm lagging really bad. For some reason, my comments aren't updating on my computer. What a surprise. Okay, let's see how bad my lag is. Wow, it must be really bad because I just did this and I've yet to see it on my computer screen. Holy moly. Okay, so I have about a 5-minute lag. Upside down. Yeah. Well, you know, I got to keep you on your toes. It's got to be upside down. There, is that better? Now you can see the card the right way. All right. So like I said, this is the first card we're going to make, but we're going to change the colors. Like I said, this is a color called Bermuda Bay. This is a color called Daffodil Delight. This, the blue in here is Tempting Turquoise. It probably doesn't look orange, but it's orange. It's Tangerine Tango. And we're going to change the colors. Better not set that in my way, huh? To these. This is called Sweet Sugar Plum. And if you're a purple lover, let me tell you, this is gorgeous. I love this color. And this is Wild Wasabi. And then we've got Crushed Curry, which is the yellow, and Tempting Turquoise again, and a little bit of Pink Pirouette. And of course we have rhinestones, because you always need a little bling on your cards. So this one will go together fairly quickly since I've already done most of the work. Since you don't craft, I'll explain. These are called clear mount stamps. So they all look like this. They're just clear stamps that go on your clear blocks. We also have stamps that are already on wood-mounted blocks that stay on the blocks. And they're okay, but I like these. because you can see where you're stamping. And I like these even better because these are called photopolymer stamps and you can see right through the stamp and it's awesome. They need to start making all their stamps like this. But I've already done most of the work. I've already stamped all of this out and I've already cut it out with my framelits. They have awesome framelits at Stampin' Up. They have layering circles, which this one I do believe is retired, but that's okay because they came out with an even better set where you get scallops to do all the circles instead of just one big scallop. They also have the squares that look just like the big set that I just showed you. What is this? Oh, okay. It's for the second card. Alright, so real quick, let's do Sweet Sugar Plum. Hi, Shayla. The Stampin' Up inks are awesome. Of course, everything from Stampin' Up is awesome. Okay, when you stamp with Stampin' Up stamps and inks, I hope I didn't need to clean that. I think I did. When you stamp with Stampin' Up stamps and inks, you don't have to press hard. If you do, you'll end up with ink all over your stamp and your block and everything else. It took me a while to figure that one out. They do make a stamp cleaner, but I just use diaper wipes. It's quicker. Okay, so when you get your ink, you just lightly tap it, especially with the photopolymer stamps. Just lightly tap it on there. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp on my cardstock. This way, you can see it. Can you see that? You can see the image, but it's not really dark. And I'm just going to put those all over my paper, and hopefully, the glare is awful. Hopefully, I won't forget to stamp off. That's a great blooper for live TV. Go get you some popcorn, something to drink. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to stamp this one in between. Oh my gosh, the glare. And if I manage to stamp these even remotely straight, I think I deserve a cookie because I like to call myself the crooked stamper because I cannot stamp straight. I cannot glue something down straight. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. It's against the rules in my craft space, apparently. The funny thing is, they make a tool called a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, which I will show you here in a minute. It's supposed to make it so that you can stamp straight. I can't even stamp straight with that. It's so sad. Oh, the glare. Can't see. Okay. Done with the hard part. Set that to the side. So we have a bunch of birthday cakes stamped all over our card front. Oh, let me show you the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. So yeah, you have this nifty tool, And for everybody else, it's probably an awesome thing. But the concept is, okay, you take your, flip this so you can maybe see it. You take your Stamp-A-Majig and you get a clear mat with it. You line it up in this little T shape here in the corner. And the point of it is, you take your block, whatever your wood mount, your clear mount, your foot upon, whatever, you take it and you slide it in that T shape and you press straight down and straight up. Okay, and then at this time you'll have an image printed on your plastic sheet, and then you line it up on your cardstock wherever you want it. It's supposed to, you know, you can put it straight. And then once you have it right where you want it, you again put this in here, line it up, move this, take your stamp, stamp straight down, stamp up, and it's supposed to put it right where that image was on your plastic sheet. Yeah, I still stamp it crooked. It's so sad. But everybody else, you know, hey, they love it. It's great. Okay, now we're going to take our flag, which I just cut out a piece of paper and then I used my snips. These really, really sharp snips. And I just cut a little flag. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to take some snail, which is basically just two-sided tape in a nifty little container. Which I've used other snail from Walmart. I mean, it works, but it's not as good as Stampin' Up's, in my opinion. And I'm just going to put some snail on there. And I'm going to pop my circle on here. At least somewhat straight, maybe. Okay. And then I'm going to use dimensionals, which are these little octagon shaped, which they don't have to be octagon, but Stampin' Ups are for some reason. And they're just little puffy pieces of adhesive. I'm going to stick these on here. And I'm going to take some of the edge off, which a lot of people call the bones. Just going to tear a piece off and stick it in the middle so we don't have a saggy circle here. And I like to press down in the middle of them. That kind of pops up the backing so that you can... Okay, I lied. It doesn't work. So you can peel off the backing. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this down, not quite in the middle of the card, but right about there looks good. Crooked, I hope. And press it down, and there you go. But I think I might, let's see, I might add some string. I might put a bow. I'm horrible at tying bows. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but ugh. You know, tying my shoe, that's one thing. You know, it doesn't have to look pretty. But trying to tie a bow. And if you ever buy, which this is not Stampin' Up twine. They have lots of great twine. I just don't have any of the color that I need. This, I don't really know where I bought this. I don't know if I got this at Walmart. I think I got it at Walmart, actually. But if you ever buy twine and it's on like a piece of cardboard like this, it has these kinks in it. Makes it really hard to, see this? Makes it really hard to tie anything with it. If you take your finger and wet it and run it between your fingers, that should straighten it out. Nifty little trick I learned from another demonstrator. Okay, let's see if I can tie a bow. A not completely crappy bow. not starting out very well. If I pulled the right tail. See, I always have this piece right here. I don't know about y'all. Can y'all tie a bow? Because I can't, to save my life. I think about the only thing that I do worse than not being able to make anything straight is tie a bow. Okay, is that big enough? I think that's big enough. Okay. Grab a pair of scissors. Cut off my string and my raggedy edge. Okay. Put it on the cardstock. Maybe on the circle. I don't know. If anybody's still watching, what do you think? On the circle? On the cardstock? Or just get rid of that sucker? And let me know with a hello who is actually watching. Oh my gosh. I feel so special. Do I actually have 3 people watching me? Thank you, Jessica. On the circle. Yeah, I think that looks better too. It blends a little too much on the cardstock. Okay, let me see if I can get this open without dumping everything. Find my glue dots. Okay. Of course, just like everything, Stampin' Up! Has glue dots. They come in a little roll. I always like to keep a tail so that way they don't get stuck to anything. You just take your bow, stick it on the glue dot. Roll the glue dot so that it's actually underneath that knot. Or not, you know, it just does whatever it wants, apparently. Okay, good enough. And on the circle. There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to have some more twine that's pool party. I might have to put a bow on this one too. I like that. So there is the first card done. Oops, let me scoot that over. Okay. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to make another card that I don't have a sample already made of and see how badly I can mess up. Alright. Give me a moment. I'm a neat crafter. I can't work in chaos. So I have to clean up my mess. Put my stamp up so I don't lose it. Great thing about this stamp set is it has all these words and you can put them all together and make all kinds of sayings. It's really awesome. Okay, so we're done with this stamp set. And we'll just be using the Confetti Celebration, which has a really big glare on it. There we go. We'll be using that one now. Where's my other oh, there it is. See, my desk is such a mess, I can't even find what I have. Put this one up. Okay. will be using the Star Yay stamp. So all I do is I set it down on a hard surface and take my clear block and line it up and just press. And it's stuck on there so I can stamp. Okay. The second card we're going to use one of my favorite colors, Melon Mambo. I love pink. It's so pretty. Hi, Robert. Okay. Robert, you're just in time for me to make a fool of myself. I'm going to make a card on live TV without practicing first. I made this one before the video. And this is the one that I just copied in different colors. But I don't have an original of this next one, so I'm just going to wing it. Let's see how badly this goes. Okay. So here are the pieces for the next card. I have a scrap piece of what we call Whisper White. I love Stampin' Up's white cardstock. It's so smooth and easy to stamp on. I'm going to use some black baker's twine, a piece of black scrap cardstock. Oh, Jessica, you let me forget the rhinestones. We have to go back to the other card. That's what I forgot. The rhinestones, we have to make it pretty. Take my snips and make sure I get the sticky stuff. Okay, we're just going to pop that right down here. Because it has to be sparkly. Alright, now we're done. Okay, back to what I was saying. Our card base this time is Whisper White cardstock. And in case you're wondering, a piece of cardstock from Stampin' Up! Normal. gotta have the bling. A normal piece of cardstock is 8.5 by 11, which is like a piece of computer paper. And if you cut it in half, you can get 2 cards out of that. It's awesome. The finished cards, when I make them, normally, I mean, you can make a note card or you can make a 3x3 card, but normally the cards measure 4.25 by 5.5. Great size card. So okay, this one is half of an 8.5 by 11, and it's 4.25 by 5.5. And then I have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper, or DSP for short. This is from a specialty pack that is retiring, unfortunately. It's very sad because it's pink, and I love pink. But I have 2 pieces that measure 3.25 by 4.5. Both of them are the same size. And we're going to layer them on the card, kind of at an angle, like so. That's how that's going to go. And then I also have a scrap piece of Melon Mambo. Oh, now I know why I was going to do a card in the first place, because I'm going to have to get up to use my big shot. Awesome. So, let's do some stamping first. Well, you know what? I need to measure that. I do have room to stamp under there, don't I? You know what? I hope I have enough room. Fit. that might fit. I might have to use my Stamp-A-Majig and stamp it crooked. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Let's stamp our star. I am going to take some Versamark ink. When you get a new stamp, I don't know why, but it doesn't want to pick the ink up. So I condition my stamps if I think about it. Versamark ink is clear ink and it's kind of sticky. You use it for embossing, which maybe one of these days I'll do that on live TV. But when you put it on your stamp, you can't see it. You just see it shiny like that. And then after you do that, then you put it in your ink pad, and it's, I don't know, I guess because it's sticky, it helps cling to the ink. So we're going to tap it, and don't forget, don't rock your stamp, don't shove it down in there because you'll get ink everywhere. And then that will be all over your paper and mess up your pretty image. Okay, I'm going to put it on this piece of paper first to make sure it stamps okay. Oh! If I disappear, it's because my phone died. Go away. I hope not. I better hurry up and finish this card. Okay. I'm going to stamp this. You want to press down firmly and hold it there for a second so that way the ink soaks into the paper. Awesome. I should have stamped that before I conditioned it to show you what a difference it makes. Okay, let's clean that stamp off. Okay. Now, Stampin' Up! Makes all kinds of framelits. You can cut out just about anything. Framelits and punches, which are handheld, and you just squeeze it and it punches out of shape. They even have star framelits, which are awesome. But as I was checking it earlier, I realized that they don't match. The small one is too small, the next one up is too big. Oh well. It's just a star. I'm pretty sure I can fussy cut that out. Which means you just take your snips and you just cut along the edge. So, check your Facebook, check your Twitter, check your Pinterest, and I'll be done cutting this star out in just a second. If I can get my scissors in there. Wow. I don't know if I'm glad that y'all don't talk a lot because I don't have to worry about answering questions or saying anything, or that I don't like that y'all don't talk a lot. Because it makes me wonder if you're even watching the screen. And there we go. Star all cut out. Okay, so there's that. Now I have to get out my big shot because I have to cut out 2 circles if I can find them. Okay, so I need my circles and I need let me see. Number 4. 1, 2, 3. So I need this one for the black. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow, was I wrong? That's for the black. That's for the pink. Okay. So, let me try and not knock the phone off and get my big shot. See if I can do both of these at the same time. Black. Pink. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to put my big shot in the camera and show you how that's used. Sorry about the mini earthquake there. Okay, so we have a 2 1/4 inch black circle and a 1 7/8 inch pink circle, and the star is going to sit on that, and then that is going to go on the card. Okay, we need to see if I can get this happy birthday on this card. Cross your fingers. Okay, make sure I have it turned the right way. Put it on my block. Okay. Get my pink Melon Mambo ink back out. Stamp it up. Make sure I have it turned the right way. Straight down. Straight up. And see, you have your words stamped on there. And then you take your card, or whatever you're stamping on, and see if this will fit on here. Ooh, barely. Okay. Let's pretend like I'm going to put this straight. Line it up. Ink it up again. Straight down. Straight up. Close that up before I stick my fingers in it. Okay. Now we're going to use snail again. Put the pieces on here. Okay. Put that one down at an angle. Just remember, if you ever decide to craft, it doesn't have to be perfect. Ever. There are no mistakes in crafting. Which is a good thing, because I'm definitely far from perfect when I craft. Okay. Put that layer down. Oh, and you know what I just forgot to do? Ribbon. Or twine. Straighten out my twine here. can peel that up. Ooh. Almost didn't get that. Snail can be a little forgiving. Just don't push it. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this. Oh, if I can get it to go around here, I'm gonna wrap it. This back down on here before I stick it to something I don't want it stuck to. Pretty sure I'm not going to have enough. But I'll tell you what you can do, because I said there are no accidents in crafting. There's no way I'm going to get a bow out of that. But I can tie a knot. And I can trim it. Oh my gosh, move. Okay. Let me see how it will look without a bow. So I just put that there. Actually, I like that without a bow. So see, no accidents in crafting. Okay. So I'm going to use snail. Put this down on the pink. I'm going to use snail. Put this down on the black. And I'm going to use dimensionals. And put this down on the card. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to put this down right here. Where part of the dimensionals are down here and part of them up here, so they're over the twine. And there is the second card. See, that wasn't so bad. I only made a few mistakes. Wait, there are no mistakes in crafting. I only had a few issues. Okay. So there's that card. Oh my gosh. And there are the other two cards. So, well, if I can get them all in the picture frame. Does that work? There we go. Alright, there we go. Oh gosh. I'm really sorry to keep putting y'all through an earthquake. Alright, so there are the three cards, and I just used 2 stamp sets and a few supplies. Now, as I was saying before I started the cards, and I have to tell you quickly before my phone dies, Stampin' Up, you know, it's not the only stamp and craft place in the world, but I love it. I think they have awesome products. And if you ever think that maybe you'd like to try them out, maybe make a few cards yourself, I'd love to show you how to make the cards, whether it's in person at your house or online, because I'd love to do an online card club, and all you have to do is buy the stamp sets and the ink, and I will send you the cardstock to make the cards and give you instructions on how to do it. That would be awesome. Since my phone's about to die, I'm gonna go. And this video will be available to watch. I'm not sure how fast Facebook is on getting it up and going, but it will be available to watch again here shortly once they get it up. Even though my phone will be dead, I'll be on my laptop. So if you have questions or if you have comments or just wanted to say hi or whatever, I will be on my laptop and you can talk to me on Messenger and Facebook. I'd love to hear what you think. I know that Jessica thinks that they're pretty, so thank you. I appreciate it. And until the next time I finally get a moment's peace and I get to make another video, I will catch you later. And I hope you have an awesome night. Bye.